I'm Nicole Holcomb, attorney by day and podcaster by night, a former educator, school counselor, and administrator, and mom to a 9-year-old daughter with dyslexia, who loves all things Harry Potter, Minecraft, and science. A few years ago, she was identified with dyslexia, and our life seemed to turn upside down for a while, quite literally. I created the Dyslexia Mom Life podcast to help you navigate the upside down journey of dyslexia. You got this. If you're wanting to thrive as a mom in this dyslexia journey, then you're in the right place. Let's get started. Hey friend, welcome to episode 45, Thrive Tip number 4 of the Dyslexia Mom Life podcast. I'm your host, Nicole Holcomb, here to educate you on dyslexia and how to create strong families and thrive as a mom. Today, it's me, just me, reflecting on 2020, and I'm so excited to say this is the last day of 2020. We're also going to talk about planning for 2021 and how you can create a personal dyslexia battle blueprint. It's hard to believe, but this is the last day of 2020, and I am beyond thrilled to say goodbye to 2020. And as we end 2020, I'm also finishing up my new course that I plan to release in 2021, literally just a few days away. The Dyslexia Battle Blueprint will be included in the new Dyslexia Parenting Academy. If you want to know when the course is released, go to the dyslexiamomlife.com to the website and you can subscribe to the wait list. Do you have questions about the course? Then feel free to email me at nicole@dyslexiamomlife.com. That's just Nicole, Nicole, at dyslexiamomlife.com. I'd love to hear from you and answer any questions that you have. So enjoy today's talk all about how to thrive in 2021. Today on the show, I'm going to be talking about planning for 2021. I don't know about you, but 2020 has been the longest year ever. This year has been a year that brought us back home. We've been working around our kitchen table with our children. We've been trying to integrate working from home for those of us that were able to work from home. At the same time, we were also responsible for digital learning for months with our kids. And being home in the house 24/7 with our family. I mean, not eating out at restaurants. I mean, our favorite restaurants. We weren't able to eat out at those places. And really, our routine in general completely changed, right? I mean, it also meant we were away from family and friends. We had to turn to FaceTime and other ways to connect. And I don't know about for you, but when we started out the school year in August here in Georgia, there were a lot of different school schedules even among our friends and our family. There was face-to-face. There was hybrid. Many of my friends and coworkers still have kids that they opted in for full-time virtual learning. And for many moms, they had to make the hard decision to homeschool or to send their kiddos to school in the middle of a pandemic. I mean, it's been a tough year, right? This 2020. And that is just a few things on the surface. There are so many more things. I mean, we've seen so much emotional pain in our country. It's been heartbreaking this year for so many reasons. But it has also been a time to celebrate taking things back to the basics. We've made meals at home around our kitchen table. We've spent more time with our families, even more than we anticipated many days. For some of us that were fortunate enough, we worked from home, so there was no more commuting. I mean, I saved probably on average 10 hours a week just not commuting. And I was able to create this podcast in that time. So it really has been a huge blessing for many of us. We've also been able to spend time getting to really know where our kids are struggling and where they have strengths, where they have their passions. Because for the first time for many of us ever, because we didn't homeschool, for many of us, it was the first time that we spent all school day working directly with our children in every subject. And I'll be honest, I'm going to give you a little open window into our world. I have a background in education, like I've shared with you before. My husband is an educator. And so, we're familiar with education and what needs to be done. Now, the remediation part of dyslexia, we're not as, I guess we're not experts in, so to speak, right? But, I have to admit, there were many times I struggled to figure out how to make all this work, how to work during the day, how to carve out time to sit with her and help her read through things and do the work and turn the work in. So believe me, I know. But, here it is, December. And so this is the time of the year that what do? We start looking for the next year. And for some of us, we've already started doing a lot of that reflection and decision making. But as we look to 2021, it seems crazy to even say 2021. But when you think about 2021 being only a few days away when this airs, we have to start reflecting on what happened in 2020. I mean, really reflecting. We have to really consider what new goals we want to make. And we have to start figuring out what we want to accomplish in 2021 and what we want to help our family and our children accomplish. You may remember back several episodes ago, I interviewed Mary Ann Young, and we talked about in her episode about a master plan and a mission statement. So you can go back to that episode if you're interested in learning more about that. But when you're thinking about moving forward, you're thinking about 2021 as a year. You're thinking about 2021 as in, what am I going to do for the next 90 days? What am I going to do for the next semester to help my child? There's a lot of pieces. So let me ask you a question. Do you have a dyslexia battle blueprint for 2021? I mean, this feels like a battle trying to get through this remediation and trying to figure out ways to navigate school and navigate educating pretty much everybody around us about what our child needs and what is this thing called dyslexia, right? I mean, who knew that you were going to have to take on all that, right? I mean, one of the things we're thinking about at this point when we think about this blueprint for 2021 is, do you currently know where your child is performing? Right now, today, do you know how they're doing? What's needed for the rest of this school year? Do you need more tutoring? Is your child physically hitting a wall where they are not making progress? Progress has stalled. Maybe it's because now there's something else creeping in. Maybe it's anxiety. Maybe it's depression. Maybe it's ADHD, and they just can't focus. Well, you got to figure that out, and you got to figure it out quickly, or you're not going to make any progress. So when I think about a dyslexia battle blueprint, I really think about when we're navigating this journey, we really are building this amazing future for our child, okay? And so when I think about blueprints, I like this concept to explain it to you, because if you think about, we are laying a foundation for our child, okay? So are we getting the pieces in place for that foundation, for that reading foundation, for the foundation at home, for the foundation at school? Are we building the structure? What do the walls look like? What do those bricks look like? Are we getting the right courses and the right tutors? And what about that roof that goes over your head in this house you're building? Are you providing the support that your child needs? So when I think about this blueprint, and I think about, you wouldn't just show up and give someone hundreds of thousands of dollars and say, build me a house. I'll be back in 6 weeks, right? First, it's going to take time. It's going to take time and an investment of your time and your money, right? It's also the first thing the person's going to say is, well, what am I building? Right? And so if you think about having a blueprint for your child and for their education, and you think about it in the way of building a house, then you want to have the right people involved. And so there's a lot of different pieces there. So I would encourage you to think about building those foundations and building that house, building the future for your child as a blueprint. So one of the things you can do as you're thinking about 2021 is talk to your child. I mean, really, really talk to them. This is a great opportunity as you're being present at home, right? And you're having these conversations, talk to your child. How are they feeling about school? Where are they stuck? If your child is old enough and you've built that relationship with them, they will talk to you. You may have to be creative, just saying, how do you think you're doing in reading? They're not really going to answer that. So you may have to be a little bit more creative with the types of questions you ask them and really having those conversations. And you're really just wanting to hear from them so they can be part of the process. This is a good time, too, to look at current schoolwork. Did you receive a progress report? Where are they currently when we talk about how are they doing academically? It's also a good time when you're thinking about setting goals or a blueprint to think about, what did the psychological say that you received that said your child was dyslexic? What were the recommendations that were made? And review those and make sure that, you're still on target there. And then as a parent, when you're thinking about long-term plans and you're thinking about the foundation and you're thinking about you're helping your child build their future, to build that house, you have to think about academic, social, and emotional. And you have to think about those passions, things that they enjoy. So what are your next steps? What are your next steps to that 2021? And some of you probably already have some plans in place. And if you do, great time for you to look back at the plans that you already have in place. See if your plans align with where you are now. You may not have looked at them since, last year, or you may not have looked at them since the school started. If you reflect on your goals every week or every month, then you're probably in good shape. But like most of us, we set goals and then we get busy. And so if you haven't done that, this is a great time to carve out a little time and think through these things. So the next steps, I would say reflection. If you like to journal, I do. And sometimes, even though you have a formal, I have a journal by my bed kind of thing, it can just be grabbing a piece of paper and just writing. Just free writing, not worrying about what you're writing, punctuation, you're just writing. And you're reflecting on where is your child now? How are they performing? What are some goals you would like to see for your child? What is the ultimate master plan? What is it you're trying to help your child achieve? It might be graduating from school. It may be, catching up to grade levels, whatever that might be. So you're setting that goal, thinking about for the next 12 months, what could we actually achieve? You're looking at what could we achieve in the next 90 days? Break it down into smaller chunks. And then what would you hope to accomplish between now and the end of the school year? Do you have any summer plans? We'll talk about that in a future episode, but summer plans are going to be important for your dyslexic child. So, do you need help? Are you stuck? Well, I'm going to start a Dyslexia Parenting Academy in 2021. I'm so excited about this. And what I'm going to include in that is a Dyslexia Battle Blueprint. So, if you're at the point that you're still remediating your child with dyslexia, you are going to want to take this course. It doesn't matter if you're in the first month or the first year, this course will be beneficial for you. During this course, you will also have the option to have a 30-minute mini session with me, and we will talk through your blueprint, the process, and for the Academy members, they're going to get a special price. This is going to be the only way someone's going to be able to work with me one-on-one is going to be through the Academy. But it's going to be an amazing opportunity. I'm so excited about this. So just remember, this journey is like building a house. You've got to think about the foundation, the structure, the roof, and support that your child needs. So you're going to want to, like I said earlier, to summarize, you're going to want to talk to your child, review, the current progress reports, report cards. You're going to look back at recommendations that were made in psychological reports that you received. Where are you trying to help your child get to? Is your ultimate goal college, a job, military, starting a business? What is the end goal? Again, like we said in a different episode, that's going to change, and that's okay. Just today, you need to have a goal so you can work backwards, okay? And when you're thinking about that, spend some time really reflecting, journaling, thinking about goals, and then looking at those goals. Are those, achievable goals? Are you setting your child up to be successful? And then, what pieces can you put in place to make sure your child is successful? So I'm so excited about 2021. I have just, I'm just going into this very positively, and I am excited for 2021. I'm excited to continue to work with moms, and I'm excited to help you along the way as well. And I'm so excited to share more information in the podcast in 2021 and to have amazing guests and to spend time getting to know you. Thank you so much for listening today. Please hit subscribe if you haven't already. We have a lot of great episodes coming in 2021 and the new Dyslexia Parenting Academy. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss out on what we have planned for this year. It's hard to believe that 2021 is literally tomorrow. Thank you for the amazing reviews that you've been leaving on Apple Podcasts. And if you haven't had a chance yet to leave a review, please go ahead and leave one. I really enjoy hearing from you. Have a great week, and remember, you got this.